doing a sewer scope today, May 11th. And we are in Magna at 8191 Danbury Drive. We have the camera pushed out 155 feet. I had a lot of waste caught on my camera head, and so I'm not sure if I had dropped into the city line. I had to run a bunch of water to clear my camera lens off, and so we might be in the city line. But I wasn't sure if I had dropped in or not, and so I just pushed it out as far as my camera goes. That way we're going to see as much as we can, and at this point, as I pull back, I should know if I drop back into, I'll be able to tell if it's transitioning from the lateral line into the city line. But all that to say that basically this might not be part of your responsibility. This might be the city line. So far it's looking good. I'm not seeing any standing water that would indicate improper grade. Looks like that's probably the transition there. You might be draining into a manhole, which is always nice. If you have to have the line cleaned, they can clean it from the street. But this will certainly be your line here. So far it's looking good. No standing water that would indicate improper grade. A little bit of buildup there. I didn't see any roots that were causing that waste to be stuck, and so hopefully with some running water that'll work its way out. Can't tell if this is transite or plastic. But in either case, it's not clay, it's not cast iron, which are some of the more problematic types of pipe. And so better off in either instance. I did not see a sewer access in the house. You could always pull that basement toilet. But it's best to have a sewer access that's easier to get to than the roof. It's possible you have one behind furniture, but it's also possible it's been drywalled over, which would make it harder to locate. Worst case, you could always pull a toilet in the basement if you were having work done that couldn't be done from the roof. Luckily, the camera can be done from the roof stack. 136, that's a little on the longer side. Average is about 100 feet, sometimes a little more from the roof, so you're a touch more than average. Shorter the better. The less line you have to worry about, but you're still, it's not excessively long by any means. Still not seeing any standing water, which is great. Really not much buildup. You had that piece of waste randomly stuck. I would imagine pretty soon it's going to transition to ABS right there, which is a different type of plastic. A little more buildup in the ABS, but this is what was used under the house and in the house. One issue with some of the older ABS is that the glued joints can have more of a tendency of separating, and so you can get dry stains and corrosion or just leaks on the fittings inside the house. Most of those are concealed where you can't see them, and so it's not something I can inspect for visually. You know, if you had water damage, that's obviously something that I'm looking for and that I would be able to see. But if you have something inside of a wall, it's not something anybody would be able to see, and that would be the concern. So it's something to be aware of. But ABS is a very common type of pipe, and they still use it today, but the newer joints and glues don't have the same separation issues that some of the older ABS did. Overall, the line looked great. A little bit of waste stuck in the line, but not enough that I would be too concerned. You never want to put wet wipes down the line or excessive amounts of grease. That can contribute to the issue. I always recommend getting the insurance on the line, not through your homeowners, but through somebody like HomeServe, and that'll help offset the cost if you ever need to have it cleaned or if something bigger does fail. But overall, it looks like it's doing well. I'm going to end this recording now.